No, I don't have the Z block on, so it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be a lot more difficult without the Z block, definitely. It's an observation, guys. Observation using the analytics and the knowledge I have of the game. Hello? Oh, there she is. I wonder where she went. Let's try and get rid of this god pallet ASAP. Looks like we will. Oh, wow. Dead hard? Must have dead hard. I guess not. She didn't get rid of the god pallet, though, so maybe that's smart. Walked through just to see if anyone would put it down as I walked there. Pop. You learn a lot from me. Yeah, a lot of people learn from me, my killer. And I appreciate that, guys. I do have a lot of hours in. So I do, I try to optimize. I get a lot of really strong teams as well, which helps me get better and better at killer. We don't get too many duds. So all that kind of builds up to help me a lot more. And hopefully help you. Ormil Warpaint, thank you for gifting Sara. Sara, you get the cat mods and the keys. Welcome to the tune test. Someone's here. They're hiding. Because this gen's almost done. Oh, there she is. Hello. Pop, pop. Sure, over there. This is decisive, so I need to be careful, though. Oh, whoops. I forgot about that. Alright, I'm gonna stay here. Then I'm gonna go to the other side. Wait, I can't? That was weird. It's like I got blocked by her. Never mind. I tried something there, but it didn't work. Because it's like she blocked me. It was really weird. Oh, we're gonna try and go to the other side to make her panic. You don't make that window, by the way, just FYI. I know distances. Learning a lot, awesome, man. Pop. I try to be as informative as I can. And I tried to show you all my observations. I'm sorry that you see us complaining, but what it is observations and understanding of the game. Like when I talk about add-ons and perks and things, it's understanding the variables of them and what they do to the game, basically, in general. I don't just pluck it out of thin air, the things that I think. Alright, let's try and get rid of this god pallet. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna gimmick this. Oh yeah, it worked, haha. Sometimes they think that you're gonna just do that to get rid of the god pallet. So they go for they hear it, but they're like, oh, it's getting rid of the god pallet. Okay, I'll use the god pallet. But you don't even use the god pallet on them. It's a real good mind game. Like, they hear the bamboozle. And when they hear the bamboozle, they're like, oh, he wants to get rid of the god pallet. But no. I didn't want to get rid of the god pallet, I wanted to get you. You see? She missed a decisive, that's lucky. That would have really hurt us, like, really bad. That would have been 2 gens done. Though it was only decisive 1, which doesn't hurt you as much, and we have endured. Actually, you never mind, it won't have been too bad. She might have been able to make the pallet, though. But because it was level 1 and we've endured, it won't have been as bad, 100%. I have a feeling someone's here because they were on that gen, you see. Let's see, they've gone back on it again. Oh, let's get this gen off. See if anyone's pushing her again. They are. As expected. Probably go for her if I can. Oh, borrowed, okay. Just to get 1 off the board. He can't be doing gens either. Is he gonna come back? He isn't. Oh. It was a nice idea from her. Someone's behind me, I can hear them. Pop that. Get him. Might be able to get gold pallet here? No. I'm gonna walk past, but then swing. I wanted him to think that we're going the other way, so we'd go for a loop without using the pallet. So that's the thing, when you verse survivors who really are good at looping, they don't want to use the pallets. So you want to make them want to, well, you want to make them think, right, I want to loop here, so I don't waste a pallet, right? But because of that, it allows you to get that hit on them, you see? Watch Freddy's power. Having to bring you into Dream World to hit you. Nice, it's got different things. Dream World is where it only can hit you, but when you're in Dream World, you do things slower. And you need to snap out of it to, you know, go back to normal. He also gets some vision on you as well when you go out of his terror radius. I think it's his terror radius. Like, he gets a built-in deer stalker and a built-in barbecue, I guess, but only when you're out of his terror radius. Is it his terror radius, or is it a bit closer? It might be a bit closer than that. I think it is actually a bit closer than that. I don't know the exact distance. But a lot of people think Freddy's one of the worst killers in the game, and I do agree. I understand why people think that. You obviously can do something with him, because you can do something with every killer, if you play it well enough, but it gives you more and more of a disadvantage. Alright, she might want to loop back here. Okay. That was interesting. I wonder if I could have grabbed her out of there. I've never tried that. I should have attempted. Okay, that was not the best routing. When I say routing, I mean a survivor understands the map so well that they understand what window leads to what pallet, leads to what window, leads to what loop, you know. So every single time they move, it's always optimal and towards something which is going to give them an advantage. When you verse a survivor like that, it feels like the game's broken as hell. Like, if you've ever versed a survivor like that. There's not too many of them, but yeah, there's a few. We versed some with our clown game, it was, I think, right? Yeah, we versed some with the clown game. That was the optimal survivors, optimal routing. If you saw everything she did just worked. We might be able to grab him before it sets off. Can you see how he has to go? He has to go like that before I can hit him. But yeah, no one's done optimal route in this game at all. This has been more like normal survivors. Not terrible, just more normal. He messed that up. Jab the Mimic, thank you for the 100 bits. You know I hate the... I hate to balance, well, if there's some way... Dream State... Well, they're doing some buffs to Freddy, aren't they? They're making it so you can't break out of Dream State when healing, I believe, and they're making his transition faster, which will definitely help him a bit. It still won't really help the chase, but it will help the slowdown of gens, I guess. So there's that. I see your tracks, man. Where are you trying to hide? Oh. Tend to go this way, then go this way, then go this way. I could tell she had landed at my side. From hearing her land, I knew she were at my side, so I could do a quick 180. That's decisive, but we do have enduring, it's not as bad. And we got rid of the closest pallet, so let's see. Oh, there's another pallet, never mind. Yeah, she messed up anyway. They could have easily put that pallet on me. She thought we'd go in the other side. And I think she still had God pallet. That could have been a big change. She messed up really bad. Pop. She completely wasted a second chance, and there was no reason for me to get her there other than her messing up. Someone's here, but I think someone else moved. I think someone else moved back here. Bum 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 bum. He's gonna go for the window. Maybe we can push him back out if I do this. Nope. Didn't work. He don't make that, I don't think. Nope. But a win is ranking up, man. I don't understand this this win condition people do. It's like playing chess and saying, yeah, but my rules are once I take one of your pawns, I win. It's like, no, the rule is when you checkmate, you win. So the rules of this game are when you hit a certain amount of points in certain categories, you win. I don't understand this win condition people create. Like, you need to get X amount of kills or etc, etc. It's very odd to me. Or you need to survive as a survivor. It's like, no, the rules state you're ranking up of points. I don't think I'll ever understand that, though. It's like playing Fortnite and saying, well, when I get 5 kills, that's a win for me. It's like, no, you didn't win. The game doesn't recognize it as a win. You always say Freddy's the worst killer, but nearly every time you see play, you get free 4 kill. Because I'm good with killers, everyone. I'm quite good with killers. I don't want to be like, you know, ego with that, but I'm alright with killers. So I can make every killer work. But it doesn't mean that the killer's really good. And also, I'm not versed in an optimized Survivor Friends. It'd be a different story then. I'm just versed in some decent survivors, you know. Wasted that pallet, she didn't need to use it. See what I mean? They're not optimized at all. An optimized survivor wouldn't have wasted that pallet. She would have ran straight to the window. There were no reason for her to use that pallet. And now look. She could have got back to that pallet potentially if she didn't use it. You see? Optimized survivor would not be carrying a map around. Well, optimized survivors don't need to use flashlights and all that stuff. Like really good survivors, what the hell? Really good survivors, they can pretty much win. Really, really good survivors could win with no miver, let's face it. Yeah. THC, it's only because the contrast is so different to what survivors I usually verse. This is the thing. You're using the survivors I usually verse compared to these survivors. And that's why it looks like they're so much worse. But these are average survivors, what a lot of people verse. Even before they rank 20s. Even before they rank 20s. Just an easy killer to play. Not really, man. We had to, they had to mess up a lot of loops, and we had to not mess up a lot of loops. Anyway, GG. Just normal survivors, no like ridiculous organization and ridiculous optimized routes, just normal survivors. Yeah, there you go. See? They were Survivor Friends, actually. It's the Survivor Friends. They've joined off this guy. Huh. Interesting. I didn't think that was gonna be a Survivor Friends. But it was an unoptimized Survivor Friends.